Hello! We are
Annie and Konstantin.
And you're watching another episode of
Updates.
Cake and Interesting Angle edition. This interesting angle is especially important because we have cake.
We have cake because it was Konstantin's birthday last week, but last week I didn't have time to bake, so I baked this week an incredibly complicated, somewhat messy cake that involves 7 layers. As you know, last week we were part of the Advanced E-School on entrepreneurship in the media world, and at the end of it all, we pitched our neat little idea to a room full of fellow entrepreneurs. And the basic vibe said that other entrepreneurs think what we do is pretty cool. Or we were just spunky enough that they didn't dare to be like, no.
This total bullshit, that's craft's never gonna work. They weren't like that, maybe they were like that in their minds, but they didn't have the guts to tell it to our faces.
And I think either way, we win.
As always. We have sent out our newsletter, and our recipient base is steadily growing. At least the German one.
But the English base isn't growing because I'm not meeting that many English people, which is probably the problem. You should send this video to a lot of people and be like, hey, these people are doing things that I think are neat, plural, and you should totally watch their videos and subscribe to their newsletter and become their friends on Facebook and Twitter and, like them with all your heart. La Mouture. Tell us about La Mouture, Konstantin. How is it going?
La Mouture is going pretty nice. I have put a lot of post-production time into it to make some advanced movie magic. For instance, like creating props and decorations that weren't there, or recreating a Matrix-style bullet fly-through animation simply because I can, to show off a little bit. The project is going not too bad, so there probably maybe will be a trailer coming at your lovely faces this Sunday, which will show more of the La Mouture greatness that awaits you, hopefully in its completion more or less pretty soon.
In other news, I am meanwhile spending my time on the Depression Lifehacks project, which first of all means getting the first episode out into the world. So that's kind of what I'm working on now, what I'm going to be working on for the next few days. So if you know and like me, it's possible that you're going to get an email from me that says, hi, I made this thing, what do you think about it? Because I like you a lot and I want your opinion. If you don't know me yet, it's also possible that you will get an email from me. Sometimes you make art for yourself because you just like to color and you just like to do things, and that's relaxing and that's fun and that's awesome. But sometimes you make art that you want to give to other people because you think they will either like it or they will take something from it, or it will make them feel better, or it will make them feel something. And that's really exactly what the Depression and Anxiety Life Hacks episode is. I mean, it's something that we really wanted to make because we really wanted to make it, but it's also something that we really want to have for the world, which means that now I want to get it out at the world and make you all see it and get opinions and get feedback and get to help people, basically. Oh, I also wrote Konstantin is dressed like cake, but you took off the shirt that looked like the cake.
I'm wearing a cake. What? I hope I'm not wearing a cake. Do we have an epiphany?
What we learned this week is that talking to people is nice, because by and large people are pretty nice. And even better, people tend to like what we do, or at least like the concept of what we do, which means the specifics of exactly what we do we can still get better at. But by and large, talking to people is nice because they give you inspiration and encouragement and they tell you that you're pretty cool, and that's pretty cool.
Well, what I realized, especially after the presentation on the startup workshop, that there are not too few people who also think that the situation like it is right now isn't working. There are a lot of creatives who came into the creative field because they wanted to make art, because they wanted to make the world a better place, but they stuck up doing financially lucrative jobs for corporations, which is nice because it pays the rent and gives you a bit of extra money, but this reason why they came into this creative field was to create art, basically. And there is a lot of potential there, and there are also possibilities in the time we're living right now. But you need to take your time and learn about all those things. And many creatives don't have time for that. But since this is what we are doing, we might as well use our knowledge and spread it. So basically do our art stuff, but also do our research and help other creatives do creative stuff as well. I think that was the epiphany.
It's possible that we're having trouble concentrating today because there's cake in front of us.
There's a baby crying.
Your forest has an infant.
Some sort of like Mowgli. How would a German Mowgli look like?
My question is, if an infant gets lost in a German forest, what animals will raise it?
Beavers and wolves and ferrets. Yes.
There are ferrets in German forests? That changes everything.
Yeah.
Squirrels!
Squirrels.
Squirrels! How would a Mowgli raised by beavers and squirrels turn out?
Small. Oh my god.
We're gonna go check on this infant in the forest now.
So we're trying to find the baby before the squirrels take it.
Oh, I kind of want to see a baby raised by squirrels. How do you find a baby? I mean, they don't move that fast, so that shouldn't be too hard. Do you think it would answer to Mowgli already? Or does that take a while? Baby?
Baby? Baby!
I think we should go looking up. I think you're right, because if the squirrels already took it, it would be, somewhere further. I think it may have ran away.
Think so? So, cake?
It's okay.